Stop right where you are, my beloved child. Do not move your finger to scroll away, and do not let the distractions of this world pull your gaze from these words. I have specifically and intentionally interrupted your path at this very second for a reason that transcends human logic. You might think you stumbled upon this message by chance, or that a mere algorithm brought you here, but I tell you truly, there are no accidents in my kingdom. I am the great architect of time and space, and I have orchestrated the alignment of the stars, the movement of the winds, and the very impulse in your heart to bring you to this sacred encounter. This is not a video. It is a divine appointment, a sanctuary in the digital wilderness where I have come to meet you. You have been running, searching, and whispering prayers into the silence of the night, wondering if anyone is listening. I am here to tell you that I have heard every whisper, felt every heartbeat, and I have stepped into your timeline to bring a halt to your weariness. If you ignore this message, you are not just skipping a video, you are turning away from the very hand that is reaching out to pull you from the depths of your current struggle. I have seen the way you have been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, and I have watched you try to navigate a path that has become overgrown with thorns and shadows. I know the exact moment your strength began to fail, and I saw the hidden tears you wiped away so that no one would see your vulnerability. My precious one, I have navigated your path to this moment because the cycle of your pain is scheduled to end, but it requires your total presence. I am whispering to your spirit right now, calling you out of the noise and into my peace. This interruption is my way of saying that your struggle has reached its expiration date. I am the one who guided your hand to click, who prompted your eyes to stay, and who is now breathing new life into your tired soul. Before I reveal the magnificent blessing that is currently manifesting in your life, I need you to acknowledge my presence and the authority of this moment. If you believe that I am speaking directly to your soul right now, do not remain silent. Open the gates of heaven by declaring your presence. Type "I am here, Lord," or 7007 in the comments right now to signal that you are ready to receive the destiny I have prepared for you. My beloved, you are not here by mistake, and you are certainly not here alone. You are part of a sacred lineage, a chosen generation that I am calling forth in this hour of darkness. I want to invite you into a deeper covenant, a place where you are constantly fed by my word and surrounded by a family of believers who carry the same light as you. If you feel the warmth of my love stirring in your chest and you recognize my voice calling your name, then take a step of faith right now. Like this video and subscribe to this channel as a physical sign of your spiritual agreement with my plan. By joining this family of the chosen ones, you are signaling to the heavens that you are ready to walk in the fullness of your calling. This simple act of clicking and subscribing is an amen in the physical realm, an invitation for me to continue pouring my revelations into your life every single day. Do not let the enemy convince you that you don't belong. You were created for this community, and your presence here is a vital piece of the tapestry I am weaving. Press that like button and subscribe now, for the journey we are about to take together will transform your reality beyond your wildest imagination. I have seen you searching for answers in places that only left you more empty, and I have watched you knock on doors that remain stubbornly shut. But look closely, my child, for I am the one who holds the keys to every door in your life. I have interrupted your routine because the path you were on was leading to a cliff that you could not see, but my grace has redirected you to a path of solid rock. I have seen the way your heart has ached for a sign, for a glimmer of hope that things will actually get better. I am that sign. This moment is that glimmer. I am speaking to the deep places within you, the parts of you that you have hidden from the world, because you were afraid they were too broken to be loved. I tell you today that your brokenness is the very place where my light shines the brightest. I am not looking for your perfection. I am looking for your permission to come in and heal what has been shattered. Stay with me, for this divine interruption is the beginning of a restoration so complete that the memory of your current sorrow will fade like a mist before the rising sun. Your miracle is not just coming, it is happening in the very breath you are taking right now. I have seen the shadows that dance upon your walls during those long, restless hours when the rest of the world is asleep and the silence becomes a deafening roar. I was there sitting beside your bed when you turned your face into the pillow to muffle the sounds of your sobbing, afraid that even the walls might hear the cracks in your strength. My child, I have counted every single tear that has soaked into your sheets, and not one of them has fallen without my notice. I saw you staring at the ceiling with wide, weary eyes, your mind racing with what-ifs and the heavy, suffocating questions of why me and how much longer can I endure this. You have felt a cold, sharp emptiness in the center of your chest, a hollow ache that seems to swallow your breath, leaving you gasping for a peace that feels light years away from your reality. I felt the sharp pang in your heart when the memories of what was lost came rushing back like a flood in the darkness. You have tried so hard to be strong for everyone else, to be the unwavering pillar that others lean on. But I saw you when that pillar began to crumble under the weight of silent expectations and the crushing gravity of your own hidden grief. I know the exhaustion that goes deeper than your bones, a weariness of the soul that no amount of physical sleep can ever truly touch. I am here now to tell you that those nights of solitary confinement in your own pain are coming to an end. For I am the comforter who never slumbers, and I am stepping into the room to stay the storm. I have felt the tension that knots your shoulders like iron bands, and the heaviness that makes your feet feel like lead as you drag yourself through the motions of another grueling day. To the world you wear a masterfully crafted mask of competence, a shield of I'm fine, and a smile that reaches your lips but never quite manages to touch the sorrow in your eyes. But I do not look at the mask that the world sees. I look directly at the heart that I created. I saw you standing before the bathroom mirror, taking a ragged, trembling breath and wiping your eyes, forcing yourself to get it together before stepping back out into the light to face the demands of your life. I saw you in your car, parked far away from the entrance of your workplace or your home, sitting in a heavy silence for just 5 more minutes, because you simply didn't have the energy to face the world again. I know the physical toll your spirit has taken, the persistent tightness in your throat when you try to speak your truth, and the way your heart feels like it is being squeezed by an invisible, cruel hand. You have felt abandoned, as if I had turned my back on you, or forgotten the very promises I whispered to your ancestors. But I tell you today, even when you could not feel my warmth, I was holding your trembling hand. Even when you could not hear my melody, I was singing songs of absolute deliverance over you. Your pain is not a sign of my absence. It is the sacred laboratory where I am refining your character into pure gold. Do not think for a single moment that your suffering has been in vain, or that I am indifferent to the magnitude of the sacrifices you have made in the dark. I am the God who redeems everything you have been through, and I am the one who calculates the interest on every ounce of joy that was stolen from you. Imagine your life is like a container designed by my hands to be filled to the brim with joy, peace, confidence, and limitless creativity. For far too long you have allowed worry, shame, and the negativity of others to take up the precious space I intended for my highest blessings. But today, right now, I am reaching into that container and emptying out every drop of poison that has settled at the bottom. I am flushing out the bitterness that has tried to take root in the fertile soil of your heart. I am the potter and you are the clay. Though you feel like you are being broken on the spinning wheel of life, you are actually being shaped into a vessel of supreme honor and beauty. You are not falling apart, my beloved. You are falling into a greater purpose. You are not breaking. You are becoming something far more resilient and radiant than the person you were before this fire began. The scars you carry are not marks of shame to be hidden, but the divine credentials of your survival and your unstoppable strength. I am touching those sensitive areas of your soul. Right now, the places where you were told you weren't enough, the places where you were rejected, mocked, and cast aside. I am breathing my healing spirit into those wounds, and I am closing the chapters of your life that were written in sorrow and ink made of tears. Rest in me, for the morning is finally breaking, and the light I am bringing will expose the lies that the darkness tried to weave into your identity. I have seen the wounds that do not bleed, the ones inflicted by the very hands you once held in trust. I saw you pour out your last drop of energy, your last dollar, and your last ounce of hope to help someone who eventually turned their back on you. You gave them your loyalty and they gave you silence. You gave them your heart and they gave you betrayal. I saw the look of utter disbelief on your face when the person you defended in public was the one whispering lies about you in private. My child, I know the sting of the kiss of Judas. I know what it feels like to be misunderstood by the people who should have known you best. You have been the one to always show up, to always forgive, and to always provide a shoulder to cry on. Yet when your world began to tremble, you looked around and found yourself standing alone. I saw you sitting in rooms filled with laughter and conversation, feeling like a ghost, an outsider looking in. Because no one there could truly see the depth of your spirit or the weight of the assignment I have placed upon you. You have felt like a burden to some and a target for others, and the weight of this loneliness has often made you question if there is something wrong with you. I am here to tell you that there is nothing wrong with you. You are simply carrying a light that the darkness in them cannot handle. There is a divine reason for this isolation, my precious one. You often feel like you do not fit in, like you are a stranger in your own skin or a traveler from a distant land, because you carry a frequency that this world does not yet understand. You have felt the coldness of those who are intimidated by your grace and the resentment of those who are convicted by your integrity. I have allowed this season of loneliness to hedge you in, not to punish you, but to protect you from influences that would have stunted your growth. I am separating you from those who would drain your oil and quench your fire. I have watched you try to shrink yourself to make others comfortable, trying to dim your brilliance so that they would not feel overshadowed. But I say to you today, stop trying to fit where you were never meant to belong. You are a royal priesthood, a peculiar treasure, and I have set you apart for a purpose that requires a different atmosphere. The betrayal you suffered was actually my divine no to a relationship that would have poisoned your destiny. I let them leave so that they would not be there to steal the glory of the blessing that is about to land on your doorstep. If you believe that I am clearing the path for your true tribe to find you, do not stay silent. Type breakthrough is mine or 888 right now to claim the new authentic connections I am bringing into your life. Do not harbor bitterness for the ones who walked away or the ones who broke your heart, for they were merely actors in a scene that has now reached its conclusion. I am the God of justice, and I have seen every injustice done to you. I saw the whispers, the mockery, and the schemes designed to bring you low. But listen to my voice. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. I am your vindicator. I will prepare a table for you in the very presence of those who tried to destroy you, and they will be forced to witness the honor I am about to bestow upon you. Those who laughed at your struggle will be the same ones who marvel at your elevation. I am healing the trauma of being misunderstood and the ache of being cast aside. I am removing the labels that others have tried to stick onto your soul, labels like failure, too much, or not enough. You are exactly who I say you are, my beloved, my champion, my chosen. Like this video and subscribe to this family of light right now to confirm that you are no longer a victim of your past, but a victor of your destiny. Press the like button to signal that you are ready to walk into a season where you are seen, known, and celebrated for exactly who I created you to be. Your loneliness is ending because I am your constant companion, and I am bringing you into the company of those who will sharpen you and love you with the same unconditional love I have for you. You have often asked me why the path of light is so solitary, why it seems that those who do the most good are often the ones who suffer the most. I tell you it is because you are a pioneer. You are breaking cycles that have existed in your bloodline for generations. And the resistance you feel is the friction of old chains breaking. When you feel that pang of loneliness in a crowded room, remember that I am the one standing in that gap. I am the friend who sticks closer than a brother. I am the one who understands the words you cannot speak and the prayers you cannot finish. Every person who walked out of your life was a subtraction that I permitted to make room for a divine addition. Trust my timing and my selection process. I am not just giving you people, I am giving you partners in your purpose. This pain of betrayal is the final test before I hand you the keys to the kingdom I have built within you. Stand tall, for the light you carry is about to become a beacon that will draw your true family from the four corners of the earth. You are never alone, for my spirit is woven into your very breath, and my love is the shield that covers your back where they tried to strike. I have seen the way you look at your bank balance with a sinking heart, feeling the cold shiver of anxiety crawl up your spine as the numbers remain stubbornly low despite your best efforts. I have seen you working twice as hard as those around you, pouring your sweat and your soul into projects that seem to wither before they can ever bloom. You have asked me why the doors of opportunity remain locked, while others who seem to care so little for my ways walk through gates of gold with ease. I have watched you toss and turn at night, calculating debts in your head and wondering if you will ever be more than just surviving. This drought has not been a sign of my neglect, nor is it a punishment for your past mistakes. I know the exact amount you need down to the very last cent, and I know the exact moment the tide must turn. You have been in a season of pruning where I have had to strip away the false security of worldly resources so that you would learn to lean solely on my infinite supply. Do not agree with the lie of lack. Do not speak the words "I will never have enough" into the atmosphere, for your words are seeds that take root in the spirit. I am the God of more than enough, and I am currently opening the windows of heaven to pour out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. The famine in your life is coming to an abrupt and miraculous end. I have also felt the dryness of your spirit, that parched feeling in your soul where my voice used to be so clear but now seems like a distant echo. You feel as though you are walking through a vast, scorching desert where every oasis turns out to be a mirage. You read my word, but it feels like dry ink on a page. You pray, but it feels like your voice is hitting a ceiling of brass and falling back to earth. You have felt spiritually orphaned, wondering if I have moved on to someone else or if the fire of your first love has gone out forever. My child, the silence of the desert is not the silence of my absence. It is the silence of my deepest preparation. I am teaching you to walk by faith and not by sight, to trust my heart even when you cannot trace my hand. This spiritual drought has served to make you hungry, so hungry that when the rain finally falls, you will drink it in with a depth of gratitude you never knew before. The roots of your faith are being forced to grow deeper, reaching down into the hidden subterranean rivers of my spirit, making you unshakable when the storms of life return. You are not dying in this desert. You are being made into a wellspring that will eventually water thousands who are just as thirsty as you are right now. Now I want you to do something very specific for me. I want you to stop whatever you are doing and take a long, deep breath, the deepest, most intentional breath you have taken all day. Inhale my peace. And as you exhale, I want you to literally feel the crushing weight of financial worry and spiritual exhaustion leaving your shoulders. Can you feel it, that tension in your neck, that tightness in your chest? It is dissolving right now under the gentle touch of my hand. I am taking the burden of your how and your when and replacing it with my eternal I am. You were never meant to carry the heavy machinery of the future. You were meant to walk in the light of today. I am the God who provided manna in the morning and water from a rock. Do you truly think I would leave you to perish now after I have brought you this far? Your efforts have not been wasted. They have been stored in the storehouses of heaven as an investment that is about to yield a supernatural return. If you can feel this weight lifting, if you can feel the first drops of the coming rain on your dry soul, then signal your agreement with me. Type "I trust your provision" or 1212 in the comments right now to align yourself with the divine order I am bringing to your finances and your faith. I am speaking over your career, your business, and your household right now. The drought is officially over. I am sending a suddenness into your life, a sudden call, a sudden idea, a sudden opening that no man can shut. You have been in the waiting room long enough, and the door is about to swing wide. I have been watching your faithfulness with the little while you were in the drought, and because you did not curse me in the desert, I am about to make you a ruler over much in the land of plenty. Remember, the pressure you have been under was not meant to crush you. It was meant to produce the oil of your anointing. The very ground that refused to yield fruit for you is about to become your most fertile field. I am the God of the breakthrough, and I am making a way where there was no way. Stay in this posture of peace, for the sound of an abundance of rain is already echoing in the spirit realm. And before the sun sets on this season, you will see the physical manifestation of the prosperity I have promised. Like this video and subscribe to this channel to keep your spirit aligned with the flow of my abundance, for I am leading you out of the valley of lack and onto the mountain of my glory. Your supply is not coming from the economy of this world. It is coming from the limitless riches of my kingdom. Do you wonder why the wind always seems to blow hardest against you? Why just when you take one step forward, it feels like an unseen force pushes you 2 steps back? My child, what you have been experiencing is not a series of unfortunate events or mere bad luck. It is an invisible warfare, a strategic assault from the shadows that seeks to extinguish the fire I have placed within you. You have felt the heaviness in the air, the sudden waves of depression that come from nowhere, and the inexplicable obstacles that appear just as you are about to reach a breakthrough. This is because you are a threat to the kingdom of darkness. The enemy does not waste his arrows on those who are stagnant or those who carry no light. He attacks the one who carries the seeds of a revolution, the one whose destiny has the power to shatter generational chains. Every struggle you have faced, every door that was slammed in your face, and every whisper of doubt in your mind was a tactical attempt to make you surrender before you could see the glory I have prepared for you. But I am here to tell you that the battle is not yours. It belongs to me, and I have never lost a fight. The reason the attacks have been so relentless is that the enemy can see the magnitude of your future even while you are still struggling to survive your present. He is terrified of the version of you that is about to emerge, the one who is fireproof, the one who is unshakable, and the one who walks in absolute authority. He sees the crown of life upon your head and the mantle of leadership upon your shoulders, and he is trying to drain your energy so that you will be too tired to claim your throne. But listen to me. My chosen one, his best shots have already been fired, and you are still standing. You are still breathing. You are still seeking me. That is your proof of victory. I have placed a hedge of protection around you that no demon can penetrate without my permission. And even the trials I allowed were only meant to train your hands for war and your fingers for battle. You are not being punished. You are being prepared for a weight of blessing that requires the strength of a seasoned warrior. The very things that were meant to destroy you are being used by my hands to build you into a fortress. I am calling you to a higher level of awareness today. Stop looking at the physical people and the earthly circumstances that seem to be against you, and start looking at the spiritual victory that has already been won in the heavenly places. Every word spoken against you has been neutralized by my word. Every trap set for your feet has been dismantled by my angels. If you feel the truth of this revelation vibrating in your spirit, if you realize that the opposition you face is merely a confirmation of your greatness, then do not remain silent in the face of the enemy. Let the heavens hear your voice and let the shadows tremble at your conviction. Type "I am a victor" or 777 in the comments right now to seal your victory over the darkness and to announce to the spirit realm that you know exactly who you are. This is your moment to shift from the defensive to the offensive, for I have given you the power to tread upon serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Rest in the knowledge that I am your rear guard and your great shield. I am working behind the scenes, turning every curse into a blessing and every setback into a setup for a spectacular comeback. The invisible warfare you have endured has only served to make you a more formidable force for my kingdom. You are emerging from this season with a sharper intuition, a deeper faith, and a power that is not of this world. The enemy thought he could break you in the dark, but he didn't realize that you are a seed that grows best in the hidden places. Now the season of hiding is over and the season of manifestation is beginning. Walk with your head held high. My beloved, for the Creator of the universe is walking beside you, and the host of heaven is backing your every move. The battle may have been fierce, but the victory is already yours. Trust me, lean into me, and watch as I make your enemies your footstool. Your light is too bright to be extinguished, and your purpose is too grand to be defeated. You have lived your life wondering why the patterns of others never seem to fit you. You have felt like a stranger in your own family, the black sheep who sees the world through a lens of depth that others find uncomfortable. This is not a mistake of nature, my child. It is the mark of my selection. I have wired you with a sensitivity that feels like a burden, but it is actually a divine radar. I have given you a heart that breaks for what breaks mine, a compassion that flows even toward those who have hurt you. You are a chosen one, handpicked from the foundations of the world to carry a specific frequency of my light into this generation. You are the one I have called to break the cycles of addiction, poverty, and silence that have plagued your lineage for 100 years. When you feel that pull towards something greater, that restlessness in your spirit that says there must be more, that is my voice echoing in the chambers of your soul. You were never meant to fit in because you were born to lead. You were not designed for the crowd. You were designed for the throne. Let my words sink into the very marrow of your bones. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed. For I am thy God, I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Read those words again, but hear them as a personal vow from me to you. When I say fear thou not, I am not just giving you advice. I am releasing a spiritual frequency that shatters the spirit of anxiety. Because I am with you, there is no space for the enemy to occupy. When I say be not dismayed, I am commanding the clouds of confusion to part so you can see my face. You have felt weak, but in my economy, your weakness is the perfect canvas for my power. I am the one upholding you. You are not standing by your own willpower. You are standing because the right hand of the Creator of all things is firmly gripped around your life. You are a chosen one, and being chosen means you are backed by the full authority of the heavens. The universe itself is mandated to cooperate with the purpose I have placed within you. Your intuition is not a coincidence. That gut feeling that has saved you from countless disasters, that inner knowing that tells you when someone is being untruthful, or when a path is dangerous, that is my spirit communicating with yours. You are a bridge between the seen and the unseen. I have given you the eyes to see the potential in the broken and the ears to hear the cries of the hurting. This identity comes with a weight, yes, but it also comes with an unparalleled favor. Because you are mine, I go before you to make the crooked places straight. I am the one who gives you favor with people you don't even know. I am the one who places your name in rooms you haven't entered yet. You have been tested in the fire, not to be consumed, but to be purified, so that you can carry the weight of the glory I am about to manifest through you. You are not a random soul drifting through time. You are a divine assignment on 2 feet. Every tear you have shed in your isolation was a drop of oil anointing you for a position that the world cannot give and cannot take away. Before we move further into the revelation of your mission, I want you to anchor this identity into your heart. Do not let the world's labels define you any longer. If you accept that you are my chosen one, and if you are ready to stop apologizing for the light you carry, then speak it into existence. Type "I am the chosen one" or 1111 in the comments right now to signify your acceptance of this divine mantle. And as you step into this truth, I invite you to join this collective of light bearers. Like this video and subscribe to this channel, for this is where I will continue to feed your spirit and refine your purpose. By doing so, you are telling the universe that you are no longer hiding, but standing tall in the identity I have given you. You are the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. The world may have rejected you, but I have crowned you. Walk in that authority today, for you are my masterpiece and your greatest chapters are yet to be written. The period of your anonymity is ending and the era of your influence is about to begin. Have you ever wondered why some things just don't go as planned? Despite your most meticulous efforts, I interrupted your flow today because you were standing on the precipice of a decision that would have cost you years of unnecessary sorrow. I saw the path you were about to take, a path that looked shimmering and promising to the human eye, but one that was riddled with hidden snares designed by the enemy to derail your destiny. I intervened because I heard your spirit crying out for guidance even when your lips were silent. I am the God who moves in the suddenlies. I have used this video as a divine roadblock to prevent a collision you didn't even know was coming. There were words you were going to speak out of a place of deep frustration, words that would have permanently burned bridges I intended for you to cross later. There was a contract, a relationship, or a commitment you were about to sign that would have bound your hands and stolen your peace. I stopped you because your future is too precious to be sacrificed on the altar of temporary relief. Listen closely to the heartbeat of my promise. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Do not merely read these words, let them breathe life into your tired spirit. I am the architect of your expected end. I am not a God who reacts to your mistakes. I am a God who plans for your victories. When I say I have thoughts of peace for you, I am declaring that my blueprint for your life contains no room for permanent disaster or ultimate defeat. The evil that the world tries to throw at you has no place in my final design. I have already seen the finish line of your current struggle, and I tell you now, it ends in a triumph so spectacular that the memory of this interruption will be the very thing you thank me for. I am orchestrating a symphony where even your dissonant notes are being resolved into a masterpiece of grace. This interruption is also about timing, heavenly timing that does not operate on the frantic clocks of men. You have been pushing and pulling, trying to force doors open through sheer willpower, but I have stepped in to tell you that it is time to yield. Yielding is not a sign of weakness. It is the highest form of spiritual strength. It is the posture that says, Holy Spirit, I am not in charge, you are. By stopping you in your tracks today, I am aligning you with a window of opportunity that is opening in the spiritual realm within the next 24 hours. If you had continued in your own strength, you would have been too exhausted to recognize the miracle when it arrived. I have halted your busy work so that your eyes can be clear and your heart can be still. I am preparing you to receive, not just to achieve. Achievement is based on your effort, but receiving is based on my grace. I want you to step out of the cycle of doing and into the rhythm of being my beloved child. I know the frustration of feeling like you are being held back, but I want you to trust that my delay is always my protection. Think of the times in your past when things didn't work out the way you wanted, only for you to realize later that I had saved you from a nightmare. I am doing it again. Right now, in the unseen realm, I am shifting the hearts of people who hold keys to your next level. I am clearing the debris from the road ahead. I am silencing the accusers who have been speaking against your name in high places. This interruption is my stop, look, and listen sign. If you believe that my plans for you are better than your own, and if you are ready to let me take the wheel of your life, then let this be your moment of surrender. Type "I trust your plan" or 7007 in the comments to signal your agreement with my divine redirection. Your expected end is not just a dream. It is a reality that I am currently manifesting in your life. Stay in this peace, for the path I am opening is one where you will run and not grow weary. I have watched you walk through the ruins of what you thought was your forever, looking at the empty spaces where people, positions, and possessions used to be. You felt as though I was stripping you bare, as if I were a cruel gardener cutting away the very branches that defined your beauty. But listen to my whisper in the quiet. I have not been taking things from you. I have been clearing the way for you. Your life is like a sacred vessel, and for too long it has been filled with the stagnant waters of past hurts, the dust of outdated dreams, and the heavy clutter of voices that never belonged in your sanctuary. If I had not removed that relationship, you would have stayed in a prison of mediocrity. If I had not allowed that door to close, you would have spent your life knocking on a wall instead of walking through the gate of your destiny. This season of loss has actually been a divine house cleaning. I am scrubbing the walls of your heart, removing the stains of shame and the cobwebs of what used to be, because the blessing I am about to pour out is so pure and so heavy that it requires a clean, strengthened container. You are not being emptied to stay empty. You are being prepared to be filled with the weight of my glory. This process of pruning is the most painful part of the journey, yet it is the most vital. You have asked me why the process has been so intense, why it feels like every area of your life is being shaken simultaneously. It is because I am doing a thorough work in you. I am removing the toxic roots of bitterness before they can choke the new seeds of prosperity I am planting right now. I am silencing the critics so that the only voice you hear is mine. I am shaking everything that can be shaken so that only the eternal, the unshakable, and the divine remain. This is the hidden season I told you about. When a seed is buried in the dark, it feels like it is being crushed by the weight of the soil, but it is actually being surrounded by the nutrients it needs to burst forth. You are not in a tomb. You are in a womb. You are not falling apart. You are falling into alignment. The pain of the purge is the birth pang of your promotion. Every person who left you was a weight you were never meant to carry into the promised land. Every no you received was my protection, shielding you from a path that would have eventually led to your destruction. Now, my beloved, we have reached a pivotal moment in our conversation. I want to see if you are truly ready to let go of the ghosts of your past and step into the sunlight of your future. To confirm that you are ready to release the old garments and put on the royal robes I have prepared, and to signify that you are making room for the new reign of blessing, I want you to perform a physical act of spiritual agreement. Like this video right now and press that subscribe button to join this family of light. This is not just a button click. It is an amen in the digital realm, an announcement to the heavens that you have surrendered the old and are actively reaching for the new. By subscribing, you are establishing a point of contact with my word every day, ensuring that your vessel remains clean and ready for the constant flow of my spirit. Do not let this moment pass without leaving your mark of faith. Like and subscribe now, and let it be the seal upon the work of purging I have completed in your soul today. And this brings me to the promise that is hovering just above your horizon. What you are believing for is not just on its way, it is already at the door. I have an appointed time to bring every promise to pass, and because you have endured the purging with a heart that still seeks me, your time has arrived. I am about to redeem every year that the locusts have eaten. I am going to make the rest of your life so beautiful that the memory of the stripping season will be nothing more than a distant, faded dream. Imagine the joy, the peace, and the confidence that will fill the spaces where anxiety used to reside. I am replacing your ashes with beauty and your mourning with the oil of joy. The drought was necessary to make your roots go deep, but the rain is coming to make your branches heavy with fruit. Stand firm in this new clean space I have created within you. Do not try to bring back the old things I have removed. Keep your hands open and your heart expectant, for the outpouring that is starting now will exceed everything you have ever dared to ask or think. The purging is finished. The rain is here. My precious child, lean in and listen with your spirit, for the atmosphere around you is no longer the same as it was when you started this message. I am announcing a 24-hour shift in your reality. The celestial clock has struck the hour of your visitation, and the gears of providence are turning in your favor at this very second. Do not look at the clock on your wall or the calendar on your desk with dread any longer. Instead, look at them with a holy expectation. I am the God who created time, and I am stepping into your timeline to compress years of labor into a single day of favor. Before the sun sets tomorrow, you will witness a sign that is so specific, so undeniable, and so perfectly tailored to your secret prayers that you will know without a shadow of a doubt that I am God and I have heard you. The stagnant waters of your life are beginning to stir, and I am calling you to be ready to step into the flow. This is not a vague promise or a distant hope. This is a divine decree being issued from the throne of grace directly into your circumstances. The delay is over, the stagnation is broken, and the movement you have been crying out for has officially begun in the unseen realm. Specifically, I am speaking to the digital and physical portals of your life. Watch your phone, check your messages, and keep your eyes on your email, for I am sending a messenger with news that will take your breath away. I am orchestrating a phone call that will bring a solution to a problem you thought was permanent. I am prompting someone who has forgotten you to suddenly remember your name with favor. A message is being typed right now, an email is being drafted, or a document is being signed that will shift your financial landscape from a valley of dry bones into a garden of abundance. This notification will not come from your own striving, but from my divine intervention. It may come from an unexpected source, a person you haven't spoken to in years, a company you once applied to, or a legal matter that seemed stuck in the mud of bureaucracy. I am the one who moves the hearts of kings like streams of water, and I am moving them on your behalf. When that notification pings or that ringtone sounds, I want you to take a moment of silence and say, "Thank you, Father, for it is the first drop of the monsoon of blessing I have promised you." The cycle of not enough is being shattered by a single moment of divine suddenly. You might ask, "Why now, Lord, why after all this time?" It is because you have successfully passed the test of endurance. You have remained faithful in the dark, and now you are ready to handle the weight of the light. If I had given you this breakthrough earlier, the pressure of the blessing might have crushed you, but now your character is solid. Your roots are deep, and your heart is humble. This 24-hour window is not a reward for your perfection, but an answer to your persistence. I am the God of the 11th hour. Just when it looks like the day is done and all hope is lost, I step in to show that I am the master of the breakthrough. I am aligning your steps so that you are in the right place at the right time to receive what I have prepared. You do not need to hunt for this miracle. It is hunting for you. I am removing the veils from the eyes of those who have the power to help you so they can see your value and your potential. The no that has followed you for years is being overwritten by my sovereign yes. The clouds are heavy with rain, and the first lightning strike of change is hitting your life right now. This is a moment of high spiritual sensitivity. The enemy will try to whisper doubt into your ear, telling you that this is too good to be true or that you have heard this before and nothing changed. But I say to you, do not agree with the liar. Agree with the author of truth. This prophecy is an invitation for you to partner with me through your faith. I want you to act as if the breakthrough has already arrived. Clear the space in your mind for joy. Prepare your heart to be grateful. If you truly believe that the next 24 hours will bring the sign you have been waiting for, then do not remain silent. This is a holy exchange of energy and faith. Type "I receive my 24-hour miracle" or 888 in the comments right now to anchor this prophecy into your physical reality. By doing so, you are telling the spirit realm that you are in total agreement with my word. Your words are like seeds, and your amen is the water that makes them grow. Seal this prophecy with your conviction. The countdown has begun, and the shift is inevitable. I am with you, I am for you, and I am moving for you. Your 24-hour miracle is not just coming, it is knocking on your door. I have seen you sitting at your kitchen table in the dim light of midnight, your head buried in your hands, as you stare at those final notices and the numbers that simply do not add up. I know the gut-wrenching feeling of the walls closing in when the phone rings from a number you recognize as a collector, and the way your heart hammers against your ribs in a rhythm of shame and fear. You have felt like you were drowning in a sea of interest rates and past due obligations, wondering if you would ever be able to breathe again without the weight of financial burden crushing your chest. I saw you sacrificing your own needs, skipping meals or wearing worn-out shoes just to make sure your family was fed or that the roof over your head was secure. My child, your secret sacrifices and your silent prayers for help have not been ignored by the court of heaven. I am the God of justice, and I have seen the way you have been squeezed by a system that feels designed to keep you in the shadows of lack. I am here to tell you that the yoke of financial slavery is being shattered from your neck today. I am releasing you from the prison of not enough and leading you into the wide open spaces of my supernatural provision. I am moving right now in the unseen realms to bring a divine settlement to the accounts that have been held against you. I am the God who makes a way in the wilderness, and I am creating a path for wealth to flow toward you from directions you have never even considered. I am touching the hearts of those who owe you money, causing them to have no rest until they repay what is rightfully yours with interest. I am opening doors for promotions that you were told you weren't qualified for, and dropping business ideas into your spirit that will turn your simple passions into fountains of prosperity. Remember my ancient promise, I will open the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing that you cannot contain. I am not talking about mere survival. I am talking about a holy overflow that allows you to give generously, to build a legacy, and to fund the dreams I planted in your soul before you were born. Every year that the locusts of lack and misfortune have eaten from your life, I am restoring tenfold. The spirit of poverty is being evicted from your household this very hour, and in its place I am inviting the spirit of abundance. You are a co-heir to my kingdom, and I am releasing the resources necessary for you to fulfill the mission I have assigned to you. As this financial shift begins to manifest in your physical world, I want you to change the way you speak about your substance. Stop saying I am broke or I can't afford it, and start declaring that my hand is upon your storehouse. Your words are the seeds of your future, and I need you to speak the language of the kingdom of plenty. I am putting a new song in your mouth, a song of gratitude for the debts already canceled and the opportunities already manifest. This is a covenantal promise to you, my chosen one. I am your provider, your Jehovah Jireh, and I take great pleasure in seeing you prosper and walk in freedom. To seal this financial breakthrough and to announce your transition from the desert of lack to the land of overflow, take a bold step of faith right now. Type I am debt-free and overflowing or 888 in the comments below. Let the spirit realm hear your claim to the wealth of the righteous. Like this video and subscribe to stay connected to this flow of divine favor, for as you stay in my presence, the strategies for your permanent financial freedom will be revealed to you piece by piece. The treasury of heaven is unlocked and your name is written on the blessing that is falling right now. I have seen the empty chairs at your table and the silent spaces in your heart where laughter used to dwell. I know the sting of the goodbye that was never explained and the weight of the apologies you never received. My child, I am the great healer, and I am reaching into the deep, jagged wounds left by those who walked away when you needed them most. I am closing the gaps in your soul where rejection once seeped in. You have felt like you were too much for some and not enough for others, but I tell you, you were simply a treasure in the hands of those who did not know how to value gold. I am orchestrating a divine compensation for every night you spent wondering what was wrong with you. I am bringing a season of reconciliation where it is healthy, and a season of final closure where it is necessary for your peace. You will no longer be defined by who left you, but by who I am bringing to you. I am mending the broken threads of your family and restoring the joy of your house. The tears you sowed in loneliness are about to produce a harvest of companionship that is rooted in my love, not in human convenience. For some of you, the restoration I am bringing is not the return of the old, but the arrival of the new. I have heard your prayers for a partner who truly sees you a soulmate, who carries the same light and understands the rhythm of your spirit. I am preparing a divine connection that will make all the years of waiting and heartbreak seem like a small price to pay. This person will not be another project for you to fix or a burden for you to carry. They will be a pillar of support and a mirror of my grace. And while I prepare them for you, I am preparing you for them. I am healing your triggers and removing the walls you built to protect yourself from the pain of the past. You can lower your guard, for I am your shield. If you believe that your true tribe and your divine partner are being drawn to you by my spirit right now, do not stay silent. This is a moment of affirmation. Type I am ready for my divine connection or 1212 in the comments to signal that your heart is open and your spirit is prepared. Like this video and subscribe to this community of chosen ones, for you are being gathered with those who will celebrate your light, not try to extinguish it. And what of those who did you wrong? What of the ones who lied about you, mocked your faith, or celebrated your failures? Hear me clearly, I am the God of justice. I have seen every secret meeting where your name was dragged through the mud. I have heard every whisper of slander designed to ruin your reputation. I am preparing a table for you in the very presence of your enemies. They will be forced to sit and watch as I pour the oil of favor upon your head until your cup overflows. They thought they had buried you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. Your elevation will be their greatest shock. You do not need to seek revenge or defend yourself. Stand still and watch as I vindicate you. The very people who once looked down on you will soon come to you seeking the wisdom and the light that they once mocked. I am turning your shame into a crown of honor. I am compensating you for the years you spent in the shadows, making your name a symbol of resilience and my power. The justice of heaven is being served, and you shall lack for nothing. Peace is your portion, and honor is your inheritance. The world gave you scars, but I am giving you stars. I am the one who restores the years that the locusts have eaten, the years of emotional toil, the years of feeling less than, and the years of pouring into people who only drained you. I am giving you back your time, your vitality, and your smile. You will look at those who hurt you and feel nothing but a profound, quiet pity, for you will be so filled with my presence and the new love I am bringing that the past will have no power to hurt you. This is the compensation of the chosen, to be loved by the King and to be surrounded by those who reflect his heart. Your isolation was just a preparation for this grand reunion. Your heart is safe in my hands, and soon it will be safe in the hands of the tribe I have chosen for you. Rest in this truth, for your relationships are being aligned with my perfect will this very hour. Every broken piece of your social and romantic life is being gathered and repurposed into a masterpiece of divine unity. I am reaching into the deepest, most hidden chambers of your heart, into those rooms you have kept locked and boarded up since you were a small child. I was there when the words were spoken that made you shrink, when the silence of those who should have protected you was used as a weapon, and when the safety you deserved was traded for the chaos of others. I saw the little you trying to make sense of a world that felt too big, too loud, and too cold. I know the wounds that formed before you even had the words to describe the pain. Today I am breathing my spirit into those dusty, dark corners of your memory. I am not coming to judge the mess or to highlight the shame. I am coming to sweep it all away with the hurricane of my light. Those generational chains of anxiety that have been passed down through your bloodline, that feeling of constant fight or flight that has lived in your nervous system for years, and the lie that you must always be perfect to be worthy of love, I am shattering those idols right now. You are not a prisoner of your upbringing. You are not a victim of your history. I am the God who makes all things new, and I am rewriting the very narrative of your soul. The heavy moth-eaten cloak of not good enough that you have worn for decades is being removed from your shoulders by my own hands. Feel the lightness as I replace it with the garment of praise and the robe of my righteousness. I am breaking the mental loops and the neurological pathways that have kept you spiraling in the same patterns of self-sabotage and paralyzing fear. I see how your mind tries to protect you by anticipating the worst-case scenario. But I tell you today that protection has become your prison. I am the Prince of Peace, and I am speaking a divine hush to the storms in your mind. I am clearing the static of the world's opinions and the haunting echoes of those who did not love you correctly. You are learning to breathe again, not with the shallow, jagged breath of panic, but with the deep, rhythmic breath of a child who knows their father is watching over them with an everlasting love. Every traumatic memory that has acted like a ghost in your present, trying to scare you out of your future, is being neutralized by my holy presence. I am transforming your triggers into testimonies and your scars into your greatest credentials. You will no longer wake up with that cold knot of dread in your stomach. You will no longer look at your reflection and see a failure or a disappointment. I am washing your eyes with the living water of my word so you can finally see yourself as I see you, magnificent, powerful, and utterly free. The chains that once felt like iron are turning into thin smoke as the fire of my spirit passes through them. Hear my voice as I draw closer to you than your very breath. I am always near when your heart is broken, and I am the first responder when your spirit is crushed. You do not have to perform for me. You do not have to hide your scars or pretend you are not tired. You only have to let me in. I am picking up the shattered pieces of your confidence and fusing them back together with the gold of my grace, creating a vessel that is stronger and more beautiful in the broken places. This emotional liberation is the final key to your physical prosperity, for a free spirit is a magnet for the miracles I have stored for you in the heavens. If you feel this internal weight lifting, if you feel the chains of the past falling to the floor right now, do not let this moment pass without a seal of faith. Type "I am free indeed" or 7 in the comments right now to announce your liberation to the host of heaven. And as you step into this new frequency of peace, join this family of light by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. This is your safe haven, a sanctuary where your spirit will be continually nourished as you walk in your newfound freedom. You are no longer bound by what happened to you. You are defined by what I am doing through you. The dungeon door is wide open and the sunlight is calling your name. It is time to walk out into the light of your new day. My beloved, you have been refined in the fire, not just so you could survive the heat, but so you could become a beacon for those still trapped in the flames. You have often wondered why your path was so much harder than those around you, why you had to endure the depths of despair and the heights of betrayal. It was because I was developing within you a specialized set of spiritual credentials that cannot be bought or studied. They can only be forged in the furnace of affliction. You weren't just saved to enjoy the peace I have given you. You were saved to be a lighthouse in a world that is losing its way. I am turning your test into a testimony and your mess into a message that will set captives free. You are a vessel, not a reservoir. A reservoir holds on to what it receives until it becomes stagnant, but a vessel allows the living water to flow through it to reach the thirsty. I am opening your mouth to speak truth to the weary and your hands to heal the broken. The wisdom you gained in the dark is now the light you will use to lead others out of their own shadows. You are stepping into a new mission where your very presence will shift the atmosphere of every room you enter. People will look at you and wonder where your strength comes from, and you will point them to the source that never runs dry. I am conferring upon you a new level of spiritual authority and leadership that transcends worldly titles. You have spent too long thinking of yourself as just a survivor, but I call you a general in my kingdom. I am giving you a voice that commands respect and an influence that opens doors of global impact. You were not created to be a small person. I do not give big assignments to small people. Because you have handled the little things, the small trials, the silent suffering, and the hidden sacrifices with faithfulness, I am now entrusting you with the much. You are being positioned as a leader in your community, in your industry, and in your family. Your intuition, which you once thought was a burden, is now the divine strategy you will use to solve problems that baffle the world. I am giving you the power to lead not through ego or force, but through the irresistible pull of my love and the undeniable weight of my truth. Those who once overlooked you will now look up to you, seeking the counsel that only someone who has walked through the fire can provide. Your scars are not flaws. They are the badges of your authority. You are a pioneer, clearing the way for a whole generation that will follow in your footsteps. Do not shrink back from the magnitude of this calling, for I have equipped you for everything you will face. I know the enemy whispers that you are unworthy, that your past is too messy, or that you are unqualified. But I do not call the qualified. I qualify the called, and I have called you by name. You are my chosen one, and I have anointed you for this very hour. This mission will require courage, but it is not a courage you have to manufacture on your own. It is the boldness that comes from knowing that the Creator of the universe is backing your every move. When you speak, my words will be in your mouth. When you act, my power will be in your hands. You are a beacon of hope for the hopeless, a provider for the needy, and a voice for the voiceless. This is the reason I interrupted you today, to awaken the giant within you. You are no longer just a listener to my word. You are a living manifestation of it. Stand tall, for the mantle of leadership is settling upon you right now. Your life is no longer about just getting by. It is about leaving a mark on eternity. The world is waiting for the revelation of the sons and daughters of God, and today you are being revealed. Step into your power, for your mission has begun. My beloved child, we have traveled through the depths of your sorrow and climbed to the heights of my promises. The air around you is now heavy with the weight of my glory, and the words I have spoken over you are no longer just sounds. They have become spiritual laws that are currently rearranging your physical reality. Every tear has been accounted for, every betrayal has been weighed, and every financial drought has been measured. The balance of your life is shifting into a divine surplus. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and I am here to place the final seal upon this encounter. What I have opened today, no man or demon can shut. What I have promised you today is now bound to your name in the records of eternity. You are walking away from this message as a completely different person than the one who started it. The old version of you, the one burdened by shame and lack, has been left behind in the waters of my grace. You are now stepping into a season of unstoppable momentum, where my favor will act as a wind at your back, pushing you into a future so bright it would dazzle your former self. I want you to join me now in a moment of absolute spiritual alignment. Close your physical eyes if you can, and open the eyes of your spirit. Repeat these words within your heart, letting them vibrate through every cell of your being. I am a chosen one of the Most High God. I am no longer a victim of my past, but a master of my destiny. I release every person who hurt me, and I receive the divine compensation that is mine by right of my Father's kingdom. I declare that the next 24 hours will bring a sign of my sudden breakthrough. My bank account is being restored, my heart is being healed, and my purpose is being activated. I am fireproof, I am favored, and I am free. I accept the mantle of leadership, and I will be a lighthouse for others. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every door meant for me must now swing wide. It is done. It is finished. My miracle begins now. Feel the power of these words as they resonate in the heavens. You are not just speaking to the air. You are issuing a decree that the entire universe must obey, because it is backed by my authority. Now, my precious one, we must seal this prophecy so that it cannot be stolen or delayed by the whispers of the enemy. This is the moment where your faith must take a physical form. Do not let this word remain in the clouds. Bring it down to earth with your testimony. If you believe with every fiber of your being that I have spoken to you today, and if you are ready to claim your 24-hour miracle and your lifelong restoration, then do not remain silent. Type Amen, it is done, or I receive in the comments right now. Add the numbers 7007 or 888 to signify your double restoration and your new beginning. This is your digital signature on a divine contract. By typing these words, you are locking this blessing into your life and telling the spirit realm that you have fully accepted the gift I have given you. This act of faith is the final bridge between my promise and your manifestation. Do not leave this sanctuary without leaving your mark of agreement. But remember, my child, you were not just called to be a reservoir of my blessing. You were called to be a vessel. There are others out there right now who are where you were an hour ago, lost, broken, and on the verge of giving up. I am asking you to be my hands and feet. Share this message with 3 people who are in need of hope. By sharing this light, you are ensuring that your own light never grows dim. When you act to bless others, I move with even greater speed to bless you. It is the law of the kingdom. What you sow into others, you will reap 100-fold in your own life. Be a channel of my grace and watch how quickly I fill you to overflowing. This is your first assignment as a newly awakened leader. Go and spread the word that the Creator is still speaking, still healing, and still interrupting the paths of the chosen. As we conclude this sacred time, I want to invite you to stay within the circle of my protection. Do not wander back into the noise of the world without a tether to my voice. Press the like button one final time and subscribe to this channel to ensure that our conversation continues. By staying connected to this family of believers, you are building a fortress around your mind and your spirit. I have so much more to reveal to you, and I do not want you to miss a single word of the guidance I have for your journey ahead. Your subscription is a signal that you choose to remain in the secret place of the Most High. Let this community be your strength as you navigate the glorious new reality that is unfolding before you. You are loved, you are chosen, and you are protected. My peace I leave with you. My joy I give to you. But listen closely before you go, for this is only the beginning of your revelation. You have seen the light today, but there is still a shadow that has been trying to follow you, a specific force that has been orchestrated to block your path. In our next message, I am going to peel back the veil even further. I am going to reveal to you the exact name of the enemy that has been working in the dark to hinder your progress. And I will give you the secret key to destroying their influence over your life forever. You have the victory, but now you must learn how to enforce it. The battle for your destiny is being won, but the total annihilation of the darkness in your life is the next step. Wait for my next whisper, stay alert, and walk in the power of the Amen you have spoken today. I am with you always, even until the end of time. Your miracle has started right now.